Hi guys, this is Greg Doyle for Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat. Guys, I am buzzing to be back speaking to you. I've missed boxing so much while we've been back through another lockdown phase, regulations in place, but anyway, enough about that. I'm just so happy to be back. Guys, it's time for a prediction video, and the fight that I want to talk to you about is taking place this Saturday, and it's the main event on the evening. It is between the former undefeated IBF featherweight champion of the world, Josh Warrington, who is 30-0, and he takes on Mauricio Lara, who is 21-2. Guys, as I say, I'm so excited for boxing to be back. I don't know if anybody's missed it more than me, but it just feels like it's been so long since I've sat down and enjoyed a good show, so I'm really looking forward to Saturday. But let's get straight into it. We'll start off, as you know, with these videos, I'll give you a brief background into both fighters, I'll give you keys to victory, finally I'll give you my prediction. Let's start off with Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington is 30-0. He is the former undefeated IBF featherweight champion. He relinquished the belt last month to chase bigger fights, I believe, and not be regulated by a governing body, etc. But yeah, anyway, Josh Warrington, when I sat and looked through Josh Warrington's record today, I didn't expect to be as surprised as I was with some of the names that are on there, and you think, God, he deserves more credit than he actually gets. I mean, if you're looking at his maybe last 5-6 fights, you're looking at Sofiane Takoucht, Kid Galahad, Carl Frampton, Lee Selby, Dennis Salen when he was undefeated, Kiko Martinez. Those are really good names, and he's come through all of those and stayed undefeated. I actually really fancied him to beat Carl Frampton the night that they fought. I think the bookmakers had him at like 11-4, and I just thought he'd be too hungry for Frampton, which proved to be the case. Very good fighter, Josh Warrington. His last fight with Takoucht, he obliterated him in 2 rounds, didn't he? Just didn't give the kid a chance to settle. You can tell he's not a huge puncher, Josh Warrington. I think Carl Frampton says he hits harder than people might think. But what I'm wondering now, and it makes these videos relatively hard at times, is now that he's fought your Selbys and your Framptons and your Kid Galahads, guys who are meant to be 50-50 fights for him, really difficult fights. And don't be wrong, yeah, they were difficult fights. Especially the Galahad one, that could have went either way. But what I'm wondering now is when he steps back down a level, with all due respect to Mauricio Lara, are these the type of guys that he now finds his feet and starts stopping and racks up more stoppages on the record? It's difficult to say because he's been out for basically a year like everyone else with the virus, and it could be ring rust, and we just don't know. That's what makes these videos very hard for me at the moment. But if you look at the challenger, Mauricio Lara, it's difficult to determine how good or how much of a challenge he's going to present on Saturday because he's not fought any great fighters of note. He has won the majority of his fights. He's won 21 out of 23, I think the ones that he lost were early on in his career. He looks as though he can be very, very awkward. I watched a bit of his fight, his last fight with Ramos. I watched the fight before that, I think it's Liquida, I think the kid's name is pronounced, where he stopped him in the 8th round. Very, very, very tough Mexican, just your standard Mexican where they all come forward, they all drop their body down, and on the way back up, they throw looping shots over the top, and they're always thinking, it's like you look at them and you know they're always thinking, stand and fight me, I want a fight, which is admirable in itself, I suppose, but yeah. But that's Mauricio Lara. He's not fought anybody of great note, so who knows, can he step up to the plate on Saturday when he's given an opportunity on the big stage. If I can move on to keys to victory, for me, I think Josh Warrington needs to take no chances on Saturday. If you've been out for a while, I really believe that a stiff ramrod jab, a 2-phase attack will beat this kid. I think if he steps in with the jab, steps back out, comes back in with a 1-2 and keeps changing the angles and moving, I don't think Lara will live with him. I think that's what he needs to do. He gives Lara his biggest chance if he stays in the pocket and fights him. It could still be too tough for him, but there's just not really any need to do that. I don't believe you. Yeah, he's at the stage of his career, he's still got to look good in things, but I don't think he needs to get involved. Lara, for me, I think Lara needs to come forward, be an awkward Mexican, drop the body, come back up and throw looping shots, try and finish everything off to the body. I think Josh Warrington makes the weight well, but he always looks ripped to the bone. So I don't believe it's greatly comfortable, but I don't believe he's struggling either. But if you're hitting consistently to the body, you're always giving yourself a great opportunity in a fight, because you could slow the fighter that you're fighting down and what have you. But guys, over on the prediction time, I don't think it's going to surprise anyone which way I'm going. I'm going to go with Josh Warrington to win. I think it will come very, very possibly by stoppage. If that's going to happen, it's difficult to say, because Josh Warrington could run out and go for him straight away. My gut is, with being out for a while, I would say Josh Warrington stops him in the second half of the fight or wins a very wide unanimous points victory. So guys, for me, my prediction for Saturday, Josh Warrington, Mauricio Lara, is for Josh Warrington to stop Lara in the second half of the fight or win a wide points decision. Guys, Greg Doyle, Eat Sleep Box and Repeat. Subscribe to us down below. I'll be back to speak to you again soon. Thank you.